Hello, and welcome back to Sitecore Stories. Today we're going to be catching up with Dan Vella, and he's going to be talking all about Sitecore Accelerate. Okay, thanks for joining me here today, Dan. Before we dive into Accelerate and talk all about it, can you tell people a little bit about yourself and your role here at Sitecore?
Yeah, sure. My name is Dan. I'm based in London. I'm a director in our customer valorization team that forms part of the professional services and learning. My main focus here day to day is working with our delivery teams for any work with our customers and partners across most of our products to make sure that they're using the product in the best way possible and help them to be able to unblock with any of their issues they have.
That's important stuff. So before we talk about Accelerate itself, can you talk a little bit about the problems we were seeing and why we ran the Accelerate program, what it was designed to solve?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, it originally started with the release of XM Cloud, right? A lot of the rollout and assistant during the time quickly identified that there were probably lengthy setup types, there were integrations that were needed to discuss, there was a need for an understanding how best to put XM Cloud together as a new SaaS model, as opposed to historically how Sitecore functioned with its product. Those conversations obviously were good and they were being had one-to-one with customers and partners to be able to progress on their product implementation. But obviously, it was quickly identified that we need something that is more open, more shareable, more accessibly globally that can be done. Hence, the first version of the accelerator was put up, I believe, last year. So releasing that has been able to be picked up by people, a feedback on it, but also be able to facilitate some of those conversations on how things should be implemented ultimately, or how you should be approaching your project.
And do you find that since Accelerate's launched then, that's helped to solve the problem?
Yes, I mean, obviously, we don't have everything at the moment, and there are still areas of improvement that needs to be done. But obviously, the high level or the high touch topics that we are encountering day to day are now documented. We have now an approach, and it's now quicker for any of the implementation team to just go there and be able to follow those directions, and then get into the more detailed requirements, maybe overall, to be able to spend more time in there. I've known some of the customers as well or partners that have even been able to follow our recommendation of how they should set up their project in terms of team allocation, how they do a discovery, what they should be able to collate to be able to start a project.
Yeah, nice. I guess the big question is then, how do customers and partners access this information? Can you show us the best way to access Accelerate and all the recipes?
Yes, of course. So it's all available online. If you go to our developer portal, you will see on the right-hand side, we've got a RSS feed of all our updates. And being able to clicking on recipes, you will land on our cookbook landing page, where currently you will find our XM Cloud accelerator. Hopefully, in the near future, you'll be able to see more products. Landing on this, you will go into the cookbook itself that is mainly split up in four areas where you have a pre-development recipes of stories on how to be able to prepare for the project, right? Or areas that you would need to look at for taking decisions before you actually start a project, such as how you set up your content audit or how you need to consider publishing to Edge. Following that, it goes into actual implementation recipes, where there are things on how you should be approaching creating new components, how to use the placeholders, how you maybe troubleshoot your local container. But you will also find things there such as search, where we've also documented how you should be integrating XM Cloud with search itself. Following that, we go into Go Live, and also there's some appendixes, including an example code base.
That's awesome. Are you looking for people to submit any recipes if they think there's a gap?
Yes. So obviously there is the link immediately in the cookbook itself that you can click and be able to submit any requests. And we have some forms out at the moment, and some will be coming out in the next couple of weeks to be able to get feedback of what there is, what people would want to see, but also suggest what content they would like. But also, if they don't come across any of those things, they can reach out personally to myself if they want. I'm on the Slack channel. I'm on email at sitecore.daniel.vella@sitecore.com, and I'm happy to pick it up on there. I know there's a few people who've already put in some time to be able to discuss those, and I'm getting loads of feedback, so it's good. So we want to make this as collaborative as possible. Here internally, we're already doing a lot of that, as even though I'm here today talking as part of the customer value realization team. This is a job that is being done with product and engineering, with product success, with documentation, with learning. So it's a cross-organization approach for everyone. I want to make sure that all of our customers and partners are included in it as well.
That's great. I'm sure everyone building with Sitecore is going to really benefit from this.
I hope so too.
Thanks for the time today, Dan. Hopefully we get you on here to speak again in the future.
Pleasure. Thank you very much, Rob.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.